Let's go. Time to swing your sword.
Time for my daily PvP check. Let's just get this over with.
Evbo has made such an amazing job at bringing his stories to life through Minecraft, and has gone a step further when he decided to add animations to them.
So when I was working on Parkour Civilization, I think I just got so into the story that it started to feel very, very real to me. So I would always imagine what the video would look like if it was an actual animated movie. Oh, how did I just do that? So when I started thinking like that, I thought of so many cool scenes that wouldn't really be possible to record in Minecraft. You're not gonna like this. You have to do a 360.
No way, man. I can't do a 3.5 block diagonal 360. Are you crazy?
So that was the main inspiration for starting to include animated scenes. And the last fight for Parkour Civilization, or the fight with Prince Zam in PvP Civilization, I think both hit so much harder being animated, and I think it would have been really hard to replicate that feeling with using just Minecraft, so yeah. The only path I'm following is my own. I make my own jumps. I gotta say, I love parkour battles. I took a look around the gigantic room. Every wall was lit up with the diamond color, and giant statues in each corner stretched from the floor to the ceiling.
Okay, for building the set, we just need the Minecraft world file, that's all. Then we can drag it into Mineways, which is a software that we use to convert the Minecraft world into a 3D asset. The problem with this is sometimes the worlds are really huge, as the PvP Civilization one for example, and that kind of took me a long time to figure out where the scene was supposed to take place.
Yeah, I mean, that would just be really bad.
For the Prince Zam vs Evbo fight, a lot of the rooms look the same, because they're basically the same. Or so I thought.
That doesn't sound good. Well, time to fight.
Because something we didn't realize is that when I did this animation, I chose a room with no windows. In the original one, there was supposed to be windows. So, whoops.
Now I'll never be able to figure out what life is like beyond that wall.
And also that would have solved the issue we have that there's no source of light in this room. So I had to use these light dots at specific points to fake the light. And that will happen a lot of times because in Evbo videos, it's all bright and there's not even a single torch anywhere. So we have to fake light a lot of times.
You make it sound like this is easy. I either have to let you die, or I have to let myself die if I fight with you.
Then let me make it for you. You're not fighting with me. If you leave now and hide in the Sword Civilization, everyone will forget about you.
Okay, now we're filming the final fight of PvP Civilization, and this set is amazing. But we have a little problem with the floor, and that is that it is not even.
Tabby, you have to come check this place out. It's insane.
The thing with this floor is that it has a lot of texture. So that will cause some problems with the arrows, that they will be just floating there, or some characters may be stepping on the cracks and they were also floating, so... But this is an easy fix though, let's just not focus the camera to the floor as much and we'll be fine.
Wait, Tabby, before you go, I want you to know something. No one's ever asked me if it hurts every time I die. And the truth is, it does. But it's not as bad when I'm with you.
Doing the fight scenes is so much fun. I'm inspired by a lot of superhero movies as well as other Minecraft animations to do the choreography. For the room fight, the highlight was definitely the rolling over the other room. This scene was inspired by this other scene in Captain America Civil War movie.
Alright guys, you're doing amazing, but let's just focus on our hits a little bit more, okay?
I'm so glad this room had an actual light source because that way I could play with the light rays. The way I do the light rays is just, adding a volume cube to the whole scene, and then you just add a really strong cone light. And because of the volume, you can see the light, so that's how I do the light rays.
I'm not dying like this.
In this fight, the sword trails are hand-drawn and animated using Blender Grease Pencil. This fight is also really cool because there's this tension between Evbo and Prince Zam because both of them want to hit the armor stand to respawn, but they don't want to let the other one hit it before them. So it's there is this tension to the fight, and I really like that.
Each time you die, you'll never know if I'll be there waiting to get rid of you for good. And that thought alone scares you enough to give me the advantage.
For that fight, there were a couple of things. I wanted to really feel like there were stakes to that fight. My character up until that point had been enjoying the luxury of the respawn power, so dying wasn't really an issue for him the entire series. But in this animated fight, there's a lot of worry about whether or not I'll actually get to use the respawn power, so I think that scene really conveyed that very well. Oh, that was rough. And I also wanted to feel like that fight was really showcasing how my character has improved at PvP over the series. So there was a lot of sequences in that fight that I felt did just that.
Up and action. Come on, man. Reload the third time.
Tabby, wait! We need them alive for this to work, please!
I love the idea of transitioning between Evbo and Tabby using the same move in the choreography. Like Evbo does something and Tabby does the same thing, so that's like a cool dynamic transition. The same happens later on with Sam and Siwat. We designed a cape for Siwat because I think it makes it look way cooler, especially when he does this jump. The cape is made out of a really specific type of silk and it's kind of static, so you can move it. It's not actual cloth. It doesn't have physics.
Yep, that's great. Let's do one more.
This one out. You rest up at home. I'll bring back the trident.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, you know, everything I do in PvP Civilization is pretty much for the video journal, of course, so during the fight, I was thinking I had to do cool flips and stuff, right? Like, sure, I was fighting for my life and trying to save the world and stuff like that, but all of that would have meant nothing if I didn't look cool while doing it, right?
The Trident fight was something I was so excited to do. I'm a huge fan of the Square Media fight scenes, and they do an amazing job with the long weapons especially, and well, this was my attempt of doing so, so I looked a lot of references, and I hope I made it justice. I'm gonna keep getting better, I promise.
You don't feel like you're here to do now. That was very cool. Are you actually okay?
You know, the toughest scene to make was definitely the final fight of PvP Civilization. I mean, the choreography I had to learn for that was insane. A lot of hours of training for that, seriously.
Come on, you do one more. Let's go.
Don't even get me started with the director. I mean, I had to spend days on set just to get that final scene right. It was really exhausting. Well, that wasn't that bad, right?
Seriously?
Sorry, yeah, that was pretty tough. But the good news is it only gets easier from here.
Going underwater was a process that took a while to get right.
I've never seen this much water in my life before.
We tried like different approaches on how it would look, and well, I'm not the best at doing water, but I think it turned out alright at the end.
Jump!
I came up to the surface to take a look at my surroundings.
The splash effect is just bubbles and white little squares. Particle systems! The reflection in this part was also kind of tricky to do, especially finding the right angle, but you know, it can be done with this, I don't know what this is called. It's like a mirror thing in Blender. You put it there and it reflects, so yes.
Okay, that was a lot of information, but I can tell we're thinking the exact same thing. How do we learn how to speak PvP? What?
Again, in most of these scenes, in the musical for example, there's no light source anywhere, so it was kind of tricky to like light up the scene. So I ended up just using some yellow, blue, and white lights coming out of the walls in the map to kind of give the impression that the light was bouncing out of those.
Are you alright there, buddy?
The final fight was definitely a challenge because there's a lot of extra characters on scene,
3 bows, 5 axes, 4 tridents.
including a little cameo of me.
You never knew it, Puss. But I was always there.
But we run into one problem when hiring the extras for this scene. The problem is that there's some skins that have slim arms and some others that have the big arms, 4 pixel arms and 3 pixel arms. And I didn't use my standard Minecraft rig for all of the characters because that would blow up my computer. Instead, I used simple skins, but we didn't know the skins before, so all of them are just Steves with 4 pixel arms. So when we got the actual skins and the people that was gonna play these characters, some of them had like slim arms. So in some scenes you can see a line of pixels missing. Unnoticeable, but now you'll notice it.
Just let me ask you something. In our world, where it's necessary to defeat others to survive, how do you determine who lives and who dies? To you, it must be whoever treats you well.
Also, you can notice a different shading in this animation because we use a different makeup technique. As you can see, this makeup makes the skin look brighter when it's not facing the camera, and that adds depth and makes it look better overall. And also, this is a new technique that I implemented in a lot of my other animations. You can see in my skin right now, when the light comes, there's like this effect, and when there's shadow, there's like dots.
So why don't you just do it already? Do what you came here to do. If you truly believe all of the swords shouldn't be alive, you take me out with that sword, I'm not even gonna respawn. So get it over with. Show me I mean nothing to you.
We see a lot of different special effects in this fight.
Being generous by giving you 1 minute to explain yourself.
Like starting with the sword hits. This is just a glowing block with a modifier that just appears on the weapon when they hit each other. Also, we have like speed lines. These are the same ones that I used in Parkour Civilization animation.
Alright, just places I go. This is what parkour should feel like.
Tabby appearing was also an effect we've seen before in the Parkour Civilization. It's the exact same, just with some little tweaks.
What? That's impossible.
No, it is definitely possible.
I've also added floating particles in the scene. You can see this is supposed to represent sand and also add more like depth. Now in this fight, the sword trails are not hand-drawn and they are like an effect. Like there's a lot of YouTube tutorials that teach you how to do them. I did them once and now you just use the same effect everywhere. So yeah. Also, there's impact frames. This was just done using a lot of reference. It was also hand-drawn, and I added this like long glowing light to the scene too. Glowing, it's a glowing cube. It's just a cube that appears there for a minute to just add to the impact frame.
Look, all I'm saying is we live in a world where everyone is constantly fighting. So what if the solution is love? Yep.
One other thing I think is really important is the camera. And all the camera movements, because especially when there's like hits, the camera needs to shake to emphasize the hit. Gives it power.
Here in the office is always so chaotic. Don't get me wrong, I like it. But sometimes I gotta remind Andy to turn it down a bit, you know? Regardless, I'm just a functional artist. I do designs here and there, help on what I can, and Andy has his own creative agenda. I'm sure he has everything under control. I think he does. I hope.
I think it's about time we get a whole new perspective.
We cheat a lot of the stuff as long as it looks good on camera. You can see how it looks horrible from outside the camera.
Alright, this is the end of the video. You can consider this as the final end card. And I just wanted to say I really enjoy making this video. I hope you really like it. I wanted to make it like an actual behind the scenes, like we actually filmed this movie, you know, like there were actors and they were just acting, you know, that's kind of the thing I wanted to go with. And we had like a whole production team, which is just me, like in different forms. I really like this take and I hope you also like it. You can go watch PvP Civilization and Parkour Civilization now because both of them are up, and you can just go watch the animations there. I hope you really like them, and thanks so much to Evbo too because for giving me the chance of making these animations and like trusting me with all of those. So I really appreciate that, and I really hope we can make more stuff in the future, and I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.
PvP Civilization, streaming now on YouTube.